I'm going to unbox and review the ECOROAD ET6 scooter. This is on the budget end, dual suspension, goes up to 28 miles an hour, 800 watt motor. I mean, this thing it has pretty good specs, especially for the price. Power supply is 100 to 240 volts, output at 109.2 watts. That's what the plug itself looks like. We got a little LED right here, and this is the USA plug. We got the T-style Allen wrench with some screws. We got the documentation. It also comes with 2 spare tubes and 2 pump extenders. As well as the storage compartment zips up to this. That's what the inside itself looks like. And it ties to the stem. We're going to take a closer look. We have a disc brake in the back. We have a drum brake in the front. Tail light, suspension. This is for the folding mechanism. This is where it attaches to so you can pick it up. Rubber part for the deck right there. Kickstand, this is where you charge it. Suspension in the front as well. Folding mechanism right here. We have the front light, we have the reflector, we have the controls, and this is the drum brake in the front. To fold it's pretty straightforward. You basically pull this up, push this down, you bend this part, and then you open this part right here, and this is where you want to attach it to. So once it gets there, then you're good to go. It's on, I would say, like medium weight wise. I mean, I could lift it, but it's not super light. So I'd say like around mid-weight for these regular scooters. Not super heavy, but not super light. And then there it is. For the controls, we have our rear disc brake, we have our front drum brake, we have our bell. Hold the power button. By default, this comes in 0 start mode, so be careful with the throttle, but this is your throttle. I did change it in the settings, so it could be on kickstart. And then you have your signal indicators right here. This is where it lights up right here. It's not super bright, but it does light up. And then the same is true for the other side. And then to switch between the modes, you basically double tap. So we're on walk, and then we go to the eco, go to the standard, and then we go to the sport mode, and then back to the walk mode. And then if you single tap it, it turns on the lights, and there are some cool LEDs on the sides. And then if you tap it again, it turns off the lights. And again, we have our throttle right here, and that's pretty much it. This is what the app looks like. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. So you can actually lock it from the app. You could do a password, or you could just put a temporary lock or unlock it. And then if you go to the settings right here, you could enable cruise speed if you want to do cruise mode, or you could put it in kilometers versus miles. And then you could do brake strength. You could leave it on adaptive or weak, medium, or strong. And then driving mode, so this is where you can actually change it from, to sports mode or balanced mode. This is what I called standard mode, but yeah, balanced mode. And then 0 start was actually enabled, which means if you actually hit the throttle, it'll go from a 0 start. And then this is your speed limit right here. Time for the jump test. Okay, it's decently soft. It's not super soft. It's not super hard. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's decently soft. Okay, we're going to start on our first lengthy hill. This is the hill that makes most budget scooters suffer. Struggle, I should say. Struggle is probably the better word. But yeah. It is slowing down. Let's see if I can make it, or I have to start doing the zigzag. This is a pretty decent incline. I mean, it's nothing crazy, because there's 1 or 2 other ones that's more inclined than this. Especially there's one a few miles from here that's like a super incline. But this one seems to be handling it. I don't need to do the zigzag. I got down to 11 miles an hour. So I guess I did a little bit of a zigzag there, but 10 miles an hour. But I would say I'm not trying. Yeah, I mean, it is taking me up here. I didn't do a crazy zigzag, maybe just like one. And yeah, it didn't make it up this hill. So it's doing good so far in terms of a budget scooter, a scooter in this price range. All right, let's try the brakes. Yeah, brakes are good. Brakes are good. Yeah, the only thing that I would say, because it rides pretty smooth, it has decent power, again, for a budget scooter, is if the handlebar was just a little bit wider. I think if it was a little bit wider, I think it would be better. I mean, it's still fine. It's not super narrow, but for a scooter that goes up to 28 miles an hour, wider would definitely help with that. All right, we got to 28 miles an hour right there. As long as the road is smooth, it's fine. But if it's a little bumpy or whatever, the wider handlebar would definitely help. All right, let's try a little bit of off-roading. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for off-roading as well. I mean, nothing crazy. Let's drop it off the curb. Oh, super soft. Super soft off the curb. Actually, when I jumped on it, I didn't think it would be as good as it is. It's actually pretty super soft. Very good suspension for something in this price range. Very good. I like it. When I first jumped on it, I didn't think it was going to be as good, but riding it, it actually feels really good. Do a brake test. All right, let's try the Eco. Okay, acceleration's probably the same. Okay, gets to 15. Acceleration feels the same in terms of acceleration. Top speed is limited based on the mode. Now we're in balanced mode, which I just kind of think of as standard. Okay, it looks like 21 is the top for that. Okay. Sport mode. All right, let's go. Yeah, acceleration feels the same. I guess it's just the top speed that's limited based on the mode you're in. It feels the same to me. All right, so I guess to 21, 22 fairly quickly. After that, it looks like it is slowing down. And yeah, my one and only gripe with the scooter is I wish the handlebar was wider. 25. Yeah, for 23, 24, it's okay, but after that, it starts to be not as stable. All right, let's try some bumps. All right, very smooth. Let's try it. All right, 23, let's go. All right, smooth. Let's try some more. Smooth. All right, so I've been riding it for about 9 miles. Let's do a quick summary. Essentially, the only thing that I see an improvement is the steering wheel being wider. I'd say maybe about 8 to 10 centimeters wider, and I think it would be perfect. As long as the road is smooth, I can keep it stable at 25, 26 miles an hour. And it looks like the top speed is around 25. But if it gets a little wobbly, it just becomes a little harder to control. So I would say, considering its price, it's really good. But I would just limit the speed to about 22, 23 miles an hour, and I'd say it's solid. Because at that point, I can handle it very stably, if that's a word, stably. But the suspension's really good, brakes are good. And the suspension, when I first jumped on it, I wasn't thinking it was gonna be, I was like, oh, it's decent, it's not bad. You know, normal. But after riding it, you know, trying it on, dropping it off a curb, doing, you know, a little bit of off-roading, if you want to call it grass, a little bit of off-roading, nothing crazy. It was actually really smooth, and just overall, the ride's been smooth overall. So if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the subscribe button. Catch you guys in the next one.